Welcome back to our channel. In today's lesson, you'll learn everything you need to know about prologues, along with tips on how to write a prologue for your story with examples. So let's get started right away. A prologue is a brief introductory section placed before the story begins, found in works like books, plays, films, and even long poems. The idea of a prologue is that it happens outside the normal plot of your story, such as many years before or through another character's perspective. A prologue can also act as a preview or teaser, giving readers a taste of what's to come without diving right into the heart of the plot. Unlike the first chapter, a prologue doesn't necessarily follow the main storyline. Instead, it serves a specific purpose, like introducing a crucial event from the past that casts a shadow on the present, or dangling a cryptic clue that piques the reader's curiosity and compels them to keep reading to unravel the mystery. Prologues serve different functions and come in various forms depending on the narrative needs of a story. We'll now explain the 5 main types of prologues you might encounter. A flashback prologue introduces the story by depicting a past event that significantly impacts the narrative to come. For example, in the novel Noughts and Crosses by Mallory Blackman, a flashback prologue sets the scene of racial tension by introducing a forbidden childhood friendship between Sephi, a cross, and Callum, a knot. The flash-forward prologue opens with a scene from the future to create anticipation and curiosity about how the story will reach that point. For example, in The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak, the flash-forward prologue, narrated by Death, hints at key future events and the fates of the main characters, creating an ominous and reflective tone for the narrative. An exposition prologue provides essential background information or context to help readers understand the setting, characters, or plot before the main story begins. For example, in J.R.R. Tolkien's The Fellowship of the Ring, the exposition-style prologue serves to introduce readers to the world of Middle-earth and its inhabitants, particularly hobbits, through detailed descriptions of their characteristics, lifestyle, and the broader context of Middle-earth's diverse races. A teaser prologue presents an intriguing or suspenseful event without full explanation, designed to hook the reader and compel them to read on to find answers. For example, in Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare, the prologue acts as a teaser to introduce the warring families, foreshadow their tragic fate, and pique the audience's curiosity about the star-crossed lovers. And finally, an alternative perspective. Prologue offers a viewpoint from a different character or angle, providing unique insights or contrasting information to set up the main narrative. For example, in Shutter Island by Dennis Lehane, the prologue offers an alternative perspective by presenting the journal entries of Dr. Lester Sheehan, which provide insights into the island's history, its eerie atmosphere, and the perspective of a character who has a unique connection to its mysteries, setting a tone of psychological intrigue and foreboding for the rest of the novel. A well-crafted prologue has 3 main goals. The first is to hook the reader. This is probably the most important goal. A prologue should grab the reader's attention and make them desperate to dive into the main story. It can achieve this by throwing them right into the heart of the action, introducing a mysterious character, or planting seeds of foreshadowing that pique their curiosity. The second is to set a specific tone. The prologue establishes the overall feel of the story. Is it a lighthearted adventure, a chilling horror tale, a suspenseful thriller? The prologue sets the stage for the emotional experience the reader is about to embark on, and the final goal is to introduce key elements. A prologue can be a strategic way to introduce important aspects of the story without bogging down the first chapter. This might include a crucial character. Perhaps it's the antagonist, setting up the conflict to come. Or maybe it's someone who plays a vital role but isn't the main protagonist. It can introduce a central conflict. The prologue can offer a glimpse of the main problem or challenge the characters will face. It could even offer some essential backstory. For complex stories, a prologue can provide necessary background information that helps the reader understand the world and characters better. One of the most famous prologues comes from William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. This prologue plays a crucial role by setting the stage for the entire tragedy. In a few lines, Shakespeare establishes the key elements that drive the play: the long-standing feud between the Capulets and Montagues, the star-crossed fate of the young lovers Romeo and Juliet, and the devastating consequences their love will have. This foreshadowing creates a sense of foreboding and prepares the audience for a story filled with passion, conflict, and ultimately, death. The prologue also highlights the futility of the family's hatred, suggesting that only the sacrifice of the innocent lovers can bring an end to their bitter feud. This piques the audience's curiosity and compels them to witness how this tragic love story unfolds. Now, you might be wondering, do all stories need a prologue? And the answer is no, not really. A prologue is not necessary for every story. In fact, many strong stories begin right in the heart of the action, drawing the reader in without any additional introduction. Take a look at this basic flow diagram, which can help you decide whether your novel needs a prologue or not. Overall, a prologue may be needed in a story when there is vital information that cannot be seamlessly integrated into the main narrative and is essential for setting up the story's context, such as background history, events from a different time period, a dramatic or intriguing hook, or a different perspective that enriches the understanding of the plot or characters. There are also many reasons not to include a prologue. For instance, if a prologue feels like an info dump, bogging the reader down with excessive backstories or explanations, it can slow down the pacing and overwhelm the reader. Let the story unfold naturally and reveal details as needed. The same goes for redundancy. If the prologue simply repeats what the reader will learn later, it can feel unnecessary and not needed. Pacing is also important. A prologue should be concise, propelling the reader forward, not stalling the story. Aim for a few pages to keep them engaged. Ultimately, the decision to include a prologue depends on your story. If it serves a clear purpose and enhances the reader's experience, then go for it. But if it feels unnecessary or clunky, don't be afraid to cut it and jump right into the heart of your narrative. Now let's look at some tips for writing a good prologue. Tip 1. Hook the reader. The prologue should grab the reader's attention from the very beginning. Aim for a captivating first line or scene that throws the reader right into the action, sparking curiosity and a desire to understand how things got to that point. This could be a dramatic event, a cryptic clue, or the introduction of a mysterious character. Take a look at this example prologue from The Dream Thieves, the second book in the Raven Cycle series by Maggie Stiefvater. This prologue grabs the reader in the first lines by introducing the idea of 3 different kinds of secrets. This piques our interest because it makes us wonder what these secrets are and how they might play out in the story. It's like the author is whispering a hidden world exists, and we want the key to unlock it. Tip 2. Keep it short and sweet. A good prologue should be concise, typically just a few pages long. Remember, it's an appetizer, not the main course. Don't bog the reader down with excessive backstory or explanations. Let the story unfold naturally and reveal details throughout the narrative. For example, this prologue from The Ash Princess by Laura Sebastian effectively in just a few lines establishes a dark and violent world where the protagonist, Theodosia, lost her mother and her true name at a young age. The vivid imagery of her mother's hand squeezing hers and the description of the knife's pressure create a powerful emotional punch. The final line, "And then they cut her throat, and they took my name," is both shocking and intriguing, leaving the reader with unanswered questions about Theodosia's past and her future role as a potential symbol of hope. Tip 3. Show, don't tell. Immerse the reader in the scene through vivid descriptions and action. Instead of stating, "The city was shrouded in fear," describe the deserted streets, the flickering lamplights, and the uneasy silence that hangs heavy in the air. Let the reader experience the atmosphere firsthand. The prologue from Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton effectively follows the concept of showing, not telling, by immersing the reader in the sights, sounds, and emotions of Dr. Carter's experience. Instead of directly stating that it's been a long and rainy few weeks, the description of the drenching sheets of rain hammering the roof and Bobby's sigh of resignation paints a clear picture. The medical details of the injured man's wounds and Bobby's internal commentary on their unusual nature reveal the seriousness of the situation without explicit exposition. The dialogue between Bobby and Manuel further showcases the tension and confusion surrounding the event, leaving the reader to piece together the mystery alongside the characters. Tip 4. Plant seeds of intrigue. A great prologue leaves the reader with unanswered questions and a sense of anticipation. Offer cryptic clues about future events, hidden dangers, or the motivations of a mysterious character. This will keep them guessing and eager to find out how these hints play out in the main story. This prologue from Hotel Magnifique by Emily J. Taylor is a great example of planting seeds of intrigue because it bombards the reader with unanswered questions. From the unusual delivery at night to the strange location, an empty alley replaced by a mysterious building, the scene builds suspense. The courier's curiosity about the secretive parents, the boy's strange demeanor, and the unsettling whispers of magic all leave the reader wanting to know more about the Hotel Magnifique and the fate of the boy, creating a powerful hook for the story. Tip 5. End with a cliffhanger. Leave the reader wanting more. A strong ending could be a cliffhanger, a shocking revelation, or a thought-provoking question. This will make them turn the page and dive into the first chapter to find out what happens next. The prologue of The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson ends with a powerful cliffhanger by revealing a mysterious black glowing sphere entrusted to Seth by the dying king, Gavilar. This enigmatic object, combined with Gavilar's cryptic last words, raises numerous questions and tantalizes readers with the promise of deeper secrets and looming conflicts. The immediate unanswered questions about the true significance of the sphere, the identity and intentions of Seth's masters, and the importance of the king's final message create a suspenseful hook, compelling readers to continue the story to uncover these mysteries. Hopefully, by following the tips provided in this lesson, you'll be able to write a thought-provoking prologue that captivates your readers and sets the perfect stage for your story. Remember, writing a good prologue involves balancing clarity and intrigue. It should provide essential background or context for the main story without giving away too much. Use the prologue to hook readers with compelling questions or themes that will resonate throughout the narrative, setting a tone that enhances rather than detracts from the overall experience of the story. That's all from us today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more lessons and ideas. See you next time.